This week's guest is Tristan Bouchats. I got that right? Bouchats?
You got that right. Yeah, Bouchats. Yep.
Welcome aboard. He is the coach of the St. Clair College baseball team, men's baseball team. So just to get started, don't forget about Tim Campbell at Century 21. Just for liking the show or commenting, you get a $50 gift card. So just, not you. You're entered to win. So not everybody gets one, but you're entered to win a $50 gift card. Bob Dreward, how you doing? And we're giving away 2 tickets to the Spitz game this Saturday against London. So make sure you guys like, comment on here, and you're entered to win. Lisa, thanks for jumping on board. There's a Riverside lady.
There we go. Oh, yeah.
Hey, Jeff Ryder, how you doing, pal? His dad used to coach Riverside and play for Riverside. Anyways, growing up in the 519, so obviously you're a Riverside product, and I noticed some of the names already are Riverside products, but or Riverside people. But tell me a little bit about growing up. I always ask everybody before they come on, growing up in the 519, and obviously you played sports. Was baseball your favorite sport?
Hockey was my favorite sport growing up. Yeah. So from the time I could skate, started skating, played Riverside minor hockey, then got into baseball just as a summer sport. Just was an athlete, loved to play, loved to compete from a young age. So hockey in the winter, baseball in the summer, and then as I got older, kept playing both, but really started to focus on baseball. I think I had a little bit more talent there when I was younger, so continued with that baseball.
Did you do you still stick with hockey?
I still play Sunday morning hockey. Oh yeah, there's a group of us that play every Sunday morning at 7 a.m. So even before our games, I'll get on the ice, get a good skate with the guys, and then get to the diamond after for our games on Sunday morning. So
now, so you played Riverside hockey, and did you move up like to AAA and so on, and so how does baseball fit into that? Because once you start playing AAA, the baseball coach wants you to play through the winter. Yeah, hockey coach wants you to play through the summer.
So I guess when I was younger, I went over to AAA for a year, went back to Riverside, just to go back with the guys, and then right before the draft year, went over to Windsor AAA again. And like you kind of mentioned, when you get to that age, you kind of got to make a decision on sport. Are you going to solely focus on one or the other? I love hockey, still my first love, but I was a better baseball player. Went the baseball route, still played hockey, still played Riverside when I was 17, 18 years old there, but made the decision to go the baseball route and played Tecumseh Thunder, and made the right choice there, I think.
And you got to stick with hockey though. It's the easiest sport to play when you're older.
It is. It's still Sunday mornings are still some of the most fun I still have playing with the guys, so I'll never complain.
Hey, you don't have your dad yelling.
Exactly. Yeah, I can take 2-minute shifts and not have to worry now.
Hey, Mark Edrick, thanks for jumping on board. So you started Riverside baseball, and then you moved on to Tecumseh Thunder. Now, is it when did you actually say, "Hey, I'm going to take on baseball"? Were you 15, 18?
I would say 16 years old when I made the transition from Riverside to Tecumseh. So I think sort of when you're at that age, you make the decision like you kind of want to continue in sports. So I loved playing baseball growing up. I loved Riverside minor baseball, and then after Bantam, you kind of have to go Windsor Selects, Tecumseh Thunder, or you kind of go to a less competitive team. So I played for Coach Murphy back in the day. He was going to Tecumseh. That's where I wanted to go. I want to continue to play for him. So I went to Tecumseh and was lucky enough to win 2 national championships with the Thunder. So it was. We had a lot of fun there. Some great teams. But yeah, I made the right choice with baseball right around 16 there.
Now, were you a pitcher or just a ball player?
Pitcher and outfielder. So I would say my grade 11, grade 12, going into grade 12, I was pitcher first and played outfield. Unfortunately, like a lot of pitchers, it comes in the arm injuries and transitioned straight to an outfielder when I moved on to college. But pitcher first, I liked being involved in every pitch. The one thing with baseball, with hockey, you're always involved when you step on the ice. With baseball, I felt like as a pitcher, you were involved in every single play. You control the game, and that's what I enjoyed. The pressure was on you. All eyes are on you. The pressure's on you. I like to compete, and I felt like that was a spot where you can compete the most on the mound every game.
So did you have good success with Riverside? A few championships there?
Yes. So I won an OBA championship at Riverside, as well as an Ontario Summer Games championship as well, part of the Riverside team. So we were good teams there. I wouldn't say we were a powerhouse, but we were up there every single year, fighting for one of the top few spots in the province. So we were good there, and then pretty good with Tecumseh as well too.
All right, Bobby Mash. Thanks for jumping in, Bobby Mash. Leap Talking the 519. That's coming soon. Okay, so you joined the Saints as a player. And who's your coach at that time?
So I had Dave Cooper, Rob Murphy, and Chico LeBute. So
there you go. I got them guys coming up.
Rob, coached me my entire life. So I'm super thankful for
Even
them.
from Riverside?
From Riverside to Tecumseh, St. Clair. He coached my every year of baseball I played was per Coach Rob,
And that guy, he was a track star.
He was,
Yeah, he was a great baseball player as well, though. So you just had 3 seasons, 68 games with them. And, of course, you had a couple of championships.
Yep.
Well, you guys won the OCAA championships.
Yep.
It's pretty exciting. And where'd you go for the national championship?
So the national championship for us that year was in Oshawa, so in Durham.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, so that year, Oshawa, I think that was the first year they had it. Durham hosted it, and they had some teams from Quebec, some teams out east, and a team from BC as well, too. So they brought teams in from everywhere, which was pretty cool to see. The first year in that stuff, you kind of never know where you're going to get the teams from. So to have them from countrywide, nationally, was pretty cool.
How many teams actually come to that now?
So right now they haven't got back to it yet. Since COVID, the BC teams play a spring season, whereas kind of like Ontario, Quebec, out east play we play a fall schedule. So until we kind of all get on the same page, it's something kind of on the back burner right now.
Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know that. I thought you guys still went to the national.
No, it's just an OCAA championship right now, and then that's it for the season.
But still, winning is winning. Yeah. It's always a great feeling.
It is, yeah. I never complain about winning.
All right, make sure you guys comment on here. You're in to win $50 gift card. Thank you, Tim Campbell in Century 21 for your time donations. Give Tim a call at 519-259-9999, and he will take care of you. But all you got to do is like or comment on here, and you're in to win. Just like Bobby Mash, I'm sure he had something to say. Also, we're giving away the tickets for this Saturday's game to the Knights. So, sorry you can't win. But 2 tickets to give away. Just like, come on here, and you're in to win. Thank you, Tim Campbell and Century 21. So, now you're transitioning over to being a coach, and of course, you got Rob. That was the best picture I could get of Rob Murphy. It's all blurry. Sorry, Rob. And Chico LeBute, rest in peace. And of course, Dave Cooper. Now, obviously, you were with Murph the whole way.
Yep.
So, you kind of. You're probably going to coach his way because you become an assistant coach, right? You kind of have all his attributes that he's been giving you. How did you find Chico and how did you find Dave Cooper? Did Coop coach that for the Saints?
Yep, and for Tecumseh. So once I went over to Tecumseh at 16U, that's when Murph joined Coop and Chico. So then from there on out to the end of my playing days, I had Coop, Chico, and Dave, which was, I think, awesome. Like, I learned so much about them, about baseball, but about life as well. And that's one thing like we're trying to instill in the players too. Like you can learn so much playing college sports about the sport, but you can learn just as much, if not more, about life as well and responsibilities and a million other things. And those 3 guys I'm super thankful to have in my life, being around, being coached, being able to coach with. They've just taught me so much about everything. So they've been great mentors.
Now, Coaching, are you teaching there as well, or do you have your actual full-time job and then you go and...
Yeah, so I work full-time, thankfully, at the college, not in a teaching role. I'm in a support staff role, and then separate from that is baseball. So I go there, I work my 9 to 5, and then straight from work, straight to the diamond every single night. Get a couple hours with the guys for practice or game, whatever it may be.
You have the whole baseball team in your class?
No. I do not know. Maybe at some of these other schools, I don't know what's going on, but no, at St. Clair, no, I don't have any of these guys. We actually have one of the things we're proud of recently, since Roberto took over a few years ago and now myself, is how we've been able to turn the classroom aspect of it. So when you go to school, like, especially with St. Clair, like, we're playing to win. Like, that's the goal at the end of the season, is to win the OCAA championship. But we've gone from below a 2 team GPA to almost a 3.5 last year, which, again, it's teaching them those life skills and stuff outside of baseball that we're pretty proud of as well, too. So,
and is there a certain mark that you need to play ball, or do you guys kind of...
No, so there's an OCAA standard, and then there's a St. Clair standard. And our standard is a little bit higher. So in order to receive your scholarship, you have to have a 2.0 GPA, so a 60 average. But we're really pushing guys to be in that B and in that A level. We know everybody's not the smartest student. We know everyone's going to struggle. Maybe it's an accounting class, maybe it's a biology class, in different classes. But we want them to be in the class every day, because at the end of the day, they know they're going to be contributing members to society, we've only had one player through the system who's gone on and is currently playing in the minor league. So the odds, unfortunately, aren't that great to continue to the professional ranks. So we're really pushing the classroom side of it as well too. So once you graduate, you can move right into the community and be contributing right away. So something we're super proud of.
So in June this year, Tim Westfall, thanks for jumping on board, buddy. Keep it in sixth gear. Anyways, so is it June they made you interim coach?
Yeah. So late June, early July. Roberto is still one of my best friends. Him and I.
Oh yeah. He stepped down. Correct?
He stepped down. Yeah. So him and I have had a lot of talks. Honestly, since last season ended, just about everything, and we're always talking. Him and I still talk. He's out supporting the team. He's been at all the home games. So there's a lot of stuff that goes into this decision. The one thing, I'm not going to speak for him, but him and his wife had a beautiful daughter. So he's moving on to the next phase of his life. So we're all super happy for him. He deserves the happiness and everything he's got in his life. But him still being around just means like the world to me. Like he could have stepped down and not been around, but he's there. He's still helping like however he can. Watching games, seeing what he sees, let me know. So
well, it sounds like you got a good support system.
We do, yeah.
Even with the old coaches.
Even with the old coaches and Roberto, like I'm super thankful for everybody I've worked with over the years. And Roberto, he's right in the same as Coop and Murph and Chico and those guys. So I'm super thankful.
Now, so they throw you into the fire. Now, was it an easy transition, or were you overloaded, or you kind of been an assistant coach, so you kind of know.
Yeah.
But recruiting's a big deal. If you come at June, it's kind of almost late.
Yeah, a bit of both. So being around has been great. So like I've kind of known where we were in the recruiting cycle, kind of what players were coming back. I watched a lot of ball in the summer locally to see how our guys are performing. So although thrown into the fire, like I feel like I had a decent understanding of what was happening. Again, Roberto and I had talked. I kind of know what may happen and kind of plan from there. But yeah, it's in June, it's late to recruit. So we had most of our recruiting class signed. One of them decided to go back to high school for a fifth year, so we lost out on one of the recruits we originally had. But just something that we're looking to hit the ground running on next year. Like the thing with college sports is year round. Even though we only play in the fall, the recruiting for next year is the next step.
That's
so
funny. I might have asked Coop when he was on a while back, but is there a certain amount of Windsor guys you have to have, or no?
No. So this year, I would say is the smallest amount of Windsor guys that we brought in.
Not good.
Not good at all. So we only brought in two this year, the Schreier twins, so Aaron and Evan.
Yeah.
They've both played. They've both been phenomenal so far. Just one of those years, you got a lot of guys going to the States from the selects. The Tecumseh team didn't necessarily have, they had a younger 18U team, so we didn't necessarily have a ton of options from them. Whereas next year, the 18U team in Tecumseh is going to be a lot older, a lot of more kids looking to stay locally. So we like the local baseball talent. Like Windsor's a hotbed for baseball talent. Minor baseball and junior baseball kind of saw what the Windsor selects this summer. And they're taught proper baseball here. When they come from Tecumseh, when they come from Windsor, they can kind of jump right in, and they know how to play team baseball, winning baseball right from the bat. Whereas some of the kids from out of town, they come in, and it's more of less about winning. They're not playing for a provincial championship at the end of their season or a national championship at the end of their season. So we have to try and teach them how to win, kind of on the fly.
That's interesting.
Yeah, so the Windsor guys, we're super thankful when we get
that's
the
an
Windsor
interesting
guys.
concept. You got to teach them how to win. I mean, isn't every athlete like they're driven to win? But that's interesting that you said that.
The way I see it is in minor baseball and minor sports right now, it's very much how hard can I throw the ball, how far can I hit the ball, and less like what can I do to help the team win. If there's a runner on second, guys are trying to hit the ball out rather than hit the ball to the right side and get the guy over to third base. So it's a little bit of like just kind of not back to the basics, but kind of like the baseball IQ we're trying to teach them. And with the coaches we have in town, and like I work very well with Derek Murphy and Tecumseh, like that's drilled into these kids. So when they come here, hopefully next year, like we don't have to teach that right off the bat. They're gonna know right away, like how to move the runner over, the infield's playing in, like how to score a run and that kind of stuff.
So that's interesting because you're still involved with Riverside minor baseball.
Yep.
And do you go in and speak to the kids at the beginning of the year and say, hey, do you have chats with them? Or do you have chats with the Thunder to Windsor Selects? Say, hey guys, if you're planning on coming to St. Clair, you kind of say, like, we're looking for, you know, that guy that hits the base hit to get him second in.
So the nice thing, like we'll actually play the Tecumseh Thunder team this week, so it's a good opportunity for us to see who they have talent-wise, but then also like we get the opportunity to speak with the players kind of as well too, and just kind of go over not only about what St. Clair has to offer, but what to look for at the next level. I mean, I grew up in Windsor. I want to see the kids from Windsor succeed, whether that's at St. Clair, whether that's in the States, wherever it may be.
Yeah.
So I want to give them the information that I know going through it as an athlete and going through it as a coach to help them at the next level. Like what questions to ask coaches when you're going to States, what to look for in rosters and roster sizes and programs and that kind of stuff. So what we do is we do a recruit information night for all the local kids once a fall. So it's open to everybody locally who's 17, 18 years old looking to play college ball. We'll bring everybody in and show everything that the college has to offer, what the baseball team has to offer. And the baseball team has had a lot of success, but I think St. Clair College itself, with the programs, with the money they've invested in the athletics and the baseball program, the facilities, it's we truly feel like we're treated like an American institution when it comes to athletics, and we want to show everybody in locally what we have to offer, because not everybody knows. Yeah, and not everybody knows necessarily what you have locally, because we are a community college, so it's a great way to show off our athletic therapy room, to our weight room, to our varsity only training areas and that kind of stuff. So we got it pretty great at St. Clair. I'm super thankful.
How big a factor is the States when you're recruiting for people down here to come to St. Clair College for kids around here? Because obviously the States is right there. Kids that are good going over there, playing in tournaments, they're saying, hey, I really like it over there. Is it a big hurdle, or it is what it is? Because there's nothing to do about it.
Yeah, both. I mean, it is what it is. There's nothing we can do about it. If guys can go play in the States, we want them to go play in the States. Like, that's the dream. That was the dream that I had growing up. That was the dream everybody.
See you next year.
Yeah, everybody I play with growing up, the dreams that go to the States. We tell them not to close any doors again, whether it's with us or any institutions, but don't close any doors. Because a lot of times, and we see it too, you'll go over there and play for a year or two, you be homesick, the program's not a fit for you, the team's not a fit for you, and if you don't burn that bridge, you can come back. So one example I'll use last year, so like we get a couple of junior college guys come back each year. We got Andrew Sleeman came back last year. He spent 2 years at Macomb. Just wasn't the right fit for him. School-wise, baseball-wise, came back and then ended up being the OCA batting champion last year.
I was going to say, do they come back a lot better?
They come back hungry is what I'll say. So they get a lot of reps over there, but they come back hungry. A lot of them feel like it was a missed opportunity for them and want to show that they still have the talent, they still have the skill to be playing baseball at a high level.
And you still want to play. I mean,
they still
love
want
of
to
the
play.
game, right? It's just amazing.
That's the love of the game is a big thing, and we've done it 2 years now. We've done an alumni game at the start of each year. Now we've got enough guys to go through the program now who come back and have the alumni game, and that's what they all talk about to the current team. Is just like, you don't realize how much fun you're having and how great it is being with the same 25 guys every single year.
Yeah, and
every single day, all year,
every day,
all year. You look back in 5 years and like that's what you miss. And like again, I went through the program. I'm an alumni. When we have those games, like I see guys I haven't seen 5, 6, 7 years, and you can still pick up right where you left off with these guys, and it is a blast. And that's what we're trying to show these guys. That you guys become a family so fast because you spend all this time together. You may not realize it today, but in 4 or 5 years, like you're gonna look back and like this is the best moment of your life. So.
Okay, so before we talk about your coach staff and talk about the season, what was I going to ask you is, I already forgot. Yeah, well.
We'll come back to it. We'll come back to it.
Anyways, you got a pretty loaded coaching staff. A couple of them look like criminals. But anyways.
They could be.
But so how's the staff? And like, how do you pick them? Or were they already there? Or did you?
Yeah. So the staff is returning all from last year. So I'll say Kevin Paradise. So he's the old man on the coaching staff there.
This guy?
No. He's not up here right now. He's the old man on the coaching staff. So he's been around. Kevin's the best defensive coach I've ever seen. But he's also somebody I can bounce things off of. He's been around, coached a million games. When I have a question about something coaching, I can lean on him and say, hey, what do you see, or how would you handle this situation? Because again, this is my first time going through it with college kids as a head coach. So I've always been there. I've kind of seen it. But as a head coach and making the final decisions, Kevin's the guy that I can kind of bounce everything off of. He keeps me level-headed, which is nice because sometimes it's frustrating when games go on. You're gonna get a bad bounce here, a bad break there, but Kevin's always the one that keeps
cool.
me great. But the rest of them on here are all awesome. So Mitch played Tecumseh growing up. I grew up playing with Adam. Kareem actually won the NAIA National Championship with Georgia Gwinnett as a pitcher. So he really brings the new school pitching stuff, which all the kids are looking for these days, from the weighted balls to the biomechanics and all that kind of stuff.
What do you mean the weighted balls?
So it's called driveline. It's a new thing, like to build up arm strength and velocity. You throw weighted balls around. So it's a new thing. So again, I pitching was my thing. I never picked up a weighted ball in my entire life. I couldn't show the kids how to use the weighted ball.
It's like a heavy hockey puck.
It's like a heavy hockey puck, exactly what it is. You throw it a million times, and then you build up the arm strength, and the ball feels lighter, and you can throw it harder. So Kareem's been phenomenal with the guys. He really pushes them. But we've seen the fruits of Kareem's labor. We had the pitcher of the year last year with Brady Nelson. Brock Whitson was another phenomenal pitcher last year. Brady this year came back, threw a no-hitter the first game, had 16 strikeouts on the weekend starting this week. So the pitchers are coming in and they're throwing what they're starting below, and they're gaining 2, 3, 4 miles an hour with Kareem every year. They're working harder. They're able to go deeper in games. So Kareem really pushes the guys, but we get a lot out of it from Kareem. So super thankful to have him on the staff. Bree is a part of the OCAA mentorship program. She is was an all-Canadian softball player for the college. She's all world, yeah. So when she played the 2 years for the college, she lit Canada on fire with her stats, and she's looking to get in coaching. So part of the OCAA, they have this mentorship program. So Bree's out there with us every single day, both learning from us as a coaching staff, but Bree is such a good ball player that she is also teaching the guys out there as well too. Wow. She's was a phenomenal middle infielder, great hitter. So the guys respect everything she has to say, and she's working hard out there too. So I have a great staff. We have a young staff, which is good.
This guy,
this is Bob Canale.
Oh, Bob.
So Bob's our stats guy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so our stats guy, our PA announcer, kind of everything you need at the ballpark, Bob does. So so he's pretty good. But yeah, we have a young staff, which is good. We're able to relate to the kids. We're old enough, but we're young enough that we all just went through the college, university experience. We kind of know what they're going through day to day, whether it's class or relationship problems, work problems, whatever it may be. So we can kind of relate. And then we have KP, the older guy who can sell us all down and just comes in with the words of wisdom at the end.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Everybody just loves him. So he's the best. Yeah.
Hey, John Solaris, thanks for jumping on board. There's John Solaris. He's the 519 Leap Top guy as well. So we got both guys on today. See, I was going to ask you, so like you say, you like your summers off, but how does the schedule go for baseball? Are you go in heavy around the start of August? You guys start going.
Yep. Yes. Yeah. So we pick up. So most guys are playing into August, first, second week of August, depending on how deep their seasons go. We typically give them about a week off or two, and then we pick up training camp, and we're full steam ahead. So we're 6 days a week. We give them Mondays off. If there's things we need to work on, we'll bring them in on Mondays and get extra work in.
Now, does the season go until it ends, or do you guys kind of work on it for the next year through the winter?
Yeah, so the season will end with the OCAA championship, and then players, we give off the rest of the semester, so they'll have off right until Christmas.
Okay.
Time for them to catch up on class. Like if they want to get into the weight room, like we have a great strength and conditioning coach, Rob Maggio, they can get in there with. But we don't mandate it when the season's done. We know, especially for the first years, the first semester is very tough. You're moving in from out of town, you're starting college, you're playing baseball every single day, you don't have a ton of time on your hands. So we really want them to focus on their studies once the season ends. Once winter comes back, we start to pick up in the weight room. We like to get some indoor workouts going before they go back out.
It's always a team thing?
Always a team
thing.
Team thing. Yeah. And then as a coaching staff, we'll meet all winter kind of just on the whole recruiting side. So where's our team at right now? We'll have exit meetings with the guys, kind of see what guys' plans are. Some guys will graduate but want to come back and take a different program. They're graduating, moving on, kind of fill out what our roster is and kind of put the puzzle back together for next year. We'll have a list of guys that we like that we've seen over the last few summers. And then we'll start bringing them in, working on them, and see who we can get there for the next year. So people like to call it, I know this year they call it rebuilding because we're a young team this year, but we like it's reloading for us. Like we always get good talent. We bring them back in and we get them ready to work. So
well, and that's good. So I'm bringing up this year's season. You guys are 5-1 right now.
5-1. Yeah.
And unfortunately, I watched the only game you lost.
Yeah. So 5-1. I mean, good start. Not where we want to be yet. Like I don't think, and I'll speak for the guys too. I think they know too. We haven't played our best baseball yet. So pretty crazy to be 5-1 in second place, a game behind Lambton, and haven't put a full game yet together. So.
And that was only one game against Lambton.
Yep.
So you're itching to play them again.
Yeah, we got them coming up in a month, so that game's circled on the calendar for sure. We knew coming in last year, like that was the team we beat in the OCAA championship.
So they had
they had a lot of returning players this year. They were a great team last year. They're a well coached team. We know we have to bring their best to beat them, but definitely we think if we put our best baseball together. We'll be able to compete with them, and we'll have a really good chance at another championship this year.
Now, and that's Lambton. Now, how do you see the other schools? I mean, I get it. Everybody's competitive and so on. You did take it to the Sioux, but I mean, they also drove down, 12 hours again, or whatever it was. But
yeah. So one thing I'll say is with what's happening with colleges right now, there's a couple teams that had to back out of the season this year, just with budgets and students and that kind of stuff. So. Those players on those teams kind of dispersed across the league. So a team like Sheridan, who had a tough year last year, they picked up some of these players from the teams that are out. So the league's definitely better because there's less teams but more talent on each of these teams.
Yeah. So every game will be harder.
Every game's going to be tough. I think like any team can beat anybody right now. On a given day, like if we don't show up, like we had a tough game against the Sioux on Sunday, like we may have taken it 2-0 on Saturday, but then only 2-1 on Sunday. We didn't come with our stuff. We kind of came in a little bit lackadaisical after the Saturday wins, but it just shows you like any team can compete with any team in this league. If you take a day off, anybody's going to beat you. So that's the one thing we're really working with the guys right now is more of the mental side of the game. Talent-wise, we have a ton of talent. We're young, but we have a ton of talent. But we just think working on the mental side, like coming in ready to be prepared, ready to play. Just because we're up a few runs doesn't mean we can take our foot off the gas. That kind of stuff is the stuff we're trying to hammer home right now. So
and you do have like baseball, like it's an individual sport. And I know you keep saying team and team and team, but I mean you're in the outfield, you miss that ball. It's like that's your fault.
Yeah.
Like so, I mean, and I like how you continue to say about the team because it's. In the end, everybody's got to be rooting for you, and everybody, when you're up to bat, everybody. I mean, you strike out.
Yeah.
You struck out. Not your team.
Yeah. There's going to be mistakes. There's going to be strikes. There's going to be big situations where guys go up to the plate and strike out. There's going to be a ground balls that we fire over the first baseman's head, or balls that get by us in the outfield. It's going to happen. We're not naive. It's gonna happen. It's how we react as a team. We can either let us affect us, or the guy coming up to the plate after the strikeout can come up and bear down and dig in and come up with a big hit next. So we're not naive. There's always going to be mistakes. There's going to be errors. It's how we react to them and how we push forward. Because if they affect one guy and one guy shrugging his shoulders, it kind of rubs off on the team. Everybody starts to see that, and it can kind of take the team morale down. So we have some good vets on the team that they know when to say something and the right things to say. Even after the game Sunday, I'll say, and I won't use his name, but one of our vets took the team aside, and the coaches didn't even have to talk to the guys after. One of the guys took them right aside after, and just had the team shout with them, just that we got to pick this up and be better for the next time. So it's nice when you have guys like that. You don't always have to rely on the coaching staff to say something that sometimes it carries a lot of weight when the guy you're suiting up next to and fighting every inning with is the guy that's kind of kicking into shape there, so it's good,
So, I mean, you sound pretty confident. You sound like you have everything in order for these guys to, take it to the next level. And we mentioned earlier, there's no national championship, correct?
Yep.
Or is it changing this year or next year? Or
so we hope next year. Again, every year we hope that the national championship's going to come. This year, unfortunately, it's not going to be there. So thankfully we're hosting the OCAA championships this year in October. So that's the date that's circled on our calendar. So we keep saying to the guys, we don't expect perfection, but we want them to be perfect come that weekend. Like that's what we're working towards. Again, we dropped the game early against Lambton. We could drop another game coming up, but as long as we're working on the right things moving forward, that we're all firing on all gears. When the championship gets here, we'll be ready to go.
Now, whether you guys win or lose, say you have a horrible season, are you still invited to the national championships?
So different than other sports, again, with no national championship.
Or sorry,
yeah.
OCA.
So OCAA, yeah. So the OCAA championship is 6 teams. So it's a 17 league. So even if we were to end up in 7th, we would still be invited because we're the host team.
Okay, that's what I was wondering. But
we're shooting for a top 2 spot.
Yeah,
The top two get a bye. So if we're in 6th or 7th place, then something's gone horribly wrong throughout the season. But the goals end up in the top 2, get around bye through the first round, and then there'll be 4 teams left after that, and we can go with our top pitcher and be ready to go.
All right. Well, I wish you guys luck.
Thank you.
And you guys really, you got a good coaching staff, and you got a lot of help from the veterans that used to be there. So it sounds like you guys are going to have another. And you guys had successful seasons for as long as I can remember.
Yeah. So we've 4 in a row, and 9 of 11 we've won. So we've been pretty successful over the years. So
and that has a lot to do with the program around here. Right?
Yeah.
Like the minor program.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Even Riverside or Walkerville or just
all of it.
Dumpty Thunder and just Lex.
Yeah, we're thankful for, again, most of our team is local talent. Like this year's the one-off year where we only had 2 local recruits, but we're bringing them in at 4 or 5 local recruits every year, and they make up the core of our team. So we're blessed in Windsor. It's a hotbed for baseball. It's super underrated. Like you hear Toronto and out in Vancouver and all this kind of stuff, but Windsor's super underrated.
And this diamond that you play on it, you play right here at Lacoste Park. It's gorgeous.
It's perfect. It is a minor league field. Like we are treated so well. Like the guys all have their own lockers underneath. We have a weight room underneath. We have a full-on athletic therapy room underneath. There's tee walls and there's throwing walls and there's everything the guys could need in that facility for us to succeed. So we're super thankful.
Okay, remember to like, comment on here. You're going to win a $50 gift card to Vito's Restaurant. Thank you, Tim Campbell, Century 21. 519-259-9999. Just give him a call. He'll take care of you. He'll move you out of your house into a nice new one. And also, we're giving away 2 tickets to the Spitz game this weekend against the dreaded London Knights. We know everybody hates them guys, but thanks for coming. And I appreciate you coming on board and talking to us about the baseball. And I look forward next week. I got Dylan Denemy and Dave Jackson. Dylan Denemy's the captain of the Tilbury Bluebirds, and Dave Jackson, he'll be on it. He's the coach. He's the new interim coach, I guess, or he is the coach. He'll be coming on. So thanks for watching, everybody, and we'll see you guys next week.